When I look through the articles that have come out about this, written by people I trust, like Dan McCarthy and Tim Carney, and the editorial at the Washington Examiner, Peter Van Buren, and they summarize what's been going on, it seems so thin. It's amazing to me that this has had 2 years worth of legs to it. I've just tuned it out because it seems so preposterous. And just to listen to Rachel Maddow fearing about the influence of the Russians, it just sounded so cartoonish and stupid. I thought, these people don't realize how stupid they sound. Plus, I wish they'd been this, half this worked up back when the Russians had gulags. I wish they would have been as concerned about the Russians at that time. But it's amazing that this thing had this many legs when there is so little, that there's just so little to it. It's amazing. I mean, and so it seems like what you had was a lot of ordinary Americans who bought into what is frankly a deep state narrative that they were fed by people they trusted night after night. And those people, well, yeah, they bear a share of the blame for not being more inquisitive. But the real people who share the blame, obviously, are the propagandists. So you're saying that, okay, well, obviously the Clintons are one thing. But do you think that the typical journalist or media commentator who was insinuating that it was a certainty that there was Russian collusion, these people were just knowingly lying?
Good question. And I think it's I don't know if I would say 50-50, but I would say they just didn't really care what the truth was. And their job is to help Democrats win, and whatever they can use to weaponize against Trump, they'll do it. I'll give you a good example. There's a CNN guy, and I won't name him because he'll cry on the internet about being bullied or whatever. But he likes to say pro-Trump media says X, pro-Trump media says Y. And if you're a logical person, you would say, okay, if there's a pro-Trump media, who is the anti-Trump media? You never see that in the media. And in fact, Malice and we talk about that a lot. You'll see far-right activist Mike Cernovich. It's like, okay, well, who's the far-left wing activist? No. Nobody's far left. Well, how do you have a pro-Trump media without an anti-Trump media? But in their mind, anyone who's not bashing the president, even though I criticize Trump quite a bit, enough that I've probably lost 100,000 Twitter followers through all of this, they call us pro-Trump media. And who's anti-Trump media? So if we had an actual objective media, then they would look at both sides, but they don't.